Our PNG Mosquitoes have qualified yet for another appearance in the International Cup Grand Final and will face Ireland in a rematch to take up this year's title in Melbourne, Australia. Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining us tonight on Hotspot.
Thanks, Scholar. Moving straight ahead with tonight's lineup. In the local front of Rugby League news, this year's Digicel Cup Grand Final match has been changed from Lae to Kokopo. The Pacific Games Organising Committee announced MTV as the lead broadcaster for the 2015 Pacific Games, as well as the launching of the theme song. And as always, we'll wrap up the show with our weekend draw. We kickstart our show with the rugby fraternity in Port Moresby. We're fortunate to have former All Black captain Wayne Buck Shelford in the country to support the growth of the code. Shelford, amongst other corporate sponsors, attended the Club Puk launch-in in Port Moresby at the Gateway Hotel last week.
Much like the Scrum PNG organisation managed and operated in Lae, Club Puk is an organisation working to raise funds to and for the benefit of PNG Rugby Football Union. Their very first luncheon held last week welcomed a large number of rugby enthusiasts in Papua New Guinea, as well as guest of honour all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, Wayne Buck Shelford. Shelford played for the All Blacks and captained the team in 1985 to 1986. He shared his knowledge and privileges of being a former Blacks captain, especially being a Maori.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Shelford was also joined by many Kiwis, one of that being the New Zealand High Commissioner Tony Fautua, Kiwi businessmen, and on-field rugby enemies, of course, the Aussies. President of the PNG RFU, Richard Sapies, was stoked to have such a reputable man in the world of rugby in Port Moresby to share his experiences and bring a light inspiration to many aspiring rugby players.
We're very lucky to have the former All Black captain between 1987 and 1990, Wayne Buck Shelford, as our guest speaker, and also gives us an opportunity as PNG Rugby to tell the audience and stakeholders a little bit about what's happening with rugby.
Sapies also commended the support of Club Puk, who raised a generous amount to assist the rolling out of programs PNG RFU have already in place. Contributing to the funding were PNG-born Wallaby Great, Will Genia's 2009 Super Rugby Championship Queensland Reds jersey, which bidded for 5,000 kina, and of course Buck Shelford's vintage All Blacks jersey selling for 7,000 kina. Buzzing in the audience were former and profound Puk's Billy Rapila, Frank Genia and Paul Joseph. In PNG RFU's efforts to encourage growth in rugby union, an astounding 17,500 children have opted to indulge in the family-oriented sport so far.
Stay tuned as the Pacific Games Organising Committee announces the lead broadcaster and theme song for the 2015 Pacific Games. Welcome back, you're watching Hotspot. Last week we saw the journey of our Pacific Games mascot, Tura the Kokomo. Tonight, the Games Organising Committee announces the lead broadcaster and theme song for the 2015 Pacific Games.
Has come for us to sail into the sun. Brothers and sisters, stand as one. Our nations rise out on the sea. Pacific heroes we will be. Let the spirit of the games come alive, and we will fight for the
it's a really great feeling. I am so honored to be selected to be part of this really big event, which will impact a lot of lives in the country, and a lot of people are going to take part to it. So it's a really big honor for me. I'm so honored. Yeah.
What inspired you to come up with the title "We Are Heroes"?
Well, I felt that like everyone's going to take part in those different events. Like they represent their countries and they are all heroes in what they do. And yeah, I think that's how I came up with the title. Everyone's a hero in what they do. Yeah.
Celebrate the friendship we will forge, unity and peace through the power of sport. Let us sing.
The hype and excitement around the 2015 Pacific Games is building momentum and is expected to get bigger and better. Last night, corporate partners as well as potential sponsors gathered to hear the announcement from Peter Stewart, the CEO of the Pacific Games.
The broadcast that we will have for the 2015 Pacific Games is the best broadcast globally but also nationally that any Pacific Games has ever had.
As PNG's lead broadcaster, MTV will have the exclusive rights to broadcast free-to-air the games live from 6 to 9 p.m. daily, including the opening and closing ceremonies. While Click Pacific, a new television company, will broadcast the games on pay TV in PNG and the Pacific.
That we've signed 2 domestic rights holders for Papua New Guinea. With these 2 rights holders, there'll be up to 50 hours a day of coverage. So each of these broadcasters looking at 24 hours a day of wall-to-wall coverage for the Pacific Games in 2015. So MTV and Click Pacific both signed their contracts. We're happy to announce that tonight.
CEO of MTV, Banu Sood, said MTV's mass television coverage across PNG means that the people will watch and enjoy the performance of Team PNG at the Games. Both MTV and Click Pacific are investing significant resources into the production to ensure viewers in PNG and the Pacific receive maximum coverage of the Games. MTV will deploy 2 outside broadcast teams for the duration of the Games.
It's going in many different ways, higher and bigger and better than it's ever done before in sport. So Pacific Games is just the start.
MTV's coverage of the Pacific Games begins on the 10th of September with the launching of a new program, Road to Port Moresby 2015. It will feature past, present and upcoming athletes. We'll head out for a few short messages. Catch us on the other side with more on Hotspot.
If you've just joined us, you're watching Hotspot.
The 2014 Digicel Cup has concluded another successful season. In a challenging season, the competition faces yet another challenge of a change in venue for the staging of the grand final.
Hit it!
The 2014 Digicel Cup kicked off the season with a two-pool format of 10 teams. Port Moresby-based teams, the Vipers and Gulfie Sapayas, with no venues for home ground for games, played all their matches away. Lay Rugby League Oval hosted most of the Digicel Cup matches this year, including the final series up to last weekend. Earlier this week, the PNG NRL board decided that the grand final match between Rabaul Gurriers and Hela Wigmen be relocated from Lay to Kokopo. The board in a statement stated that the relocation to Kokopo was due to safety and security of the players and officials, availability of police and support of local administration, neutrality of the venue, availability of the local franchise to host the game on behalf of PNG NRL with minimum gate guarantee, availability of media for telecast, with the two underlying reasons of quality of the ground and expected crowd behavior and past experience. Furthermore, the board considered the incidents in Lay wherein the past 2 weekends, Wigmen team and supporters have camped and overran hotels where the team stayed. Match officials have reported spectators brandishing weapons towards them. The PNG NRL has a responsibility to ensure that the grand final is played in a venue that is conducive for all stakeholders, sponsors, spectators, teams, and service providers. The PNG NRL board added that numerous attempts to contact Wigmen chairman Andy Hatra for a meeting yesterday was unsuccessful. However, Mr. Hatra yesterday told MTV that his team will not be travelling to Kokopo and guaranteed the safety of players and officials in Lay.
It's very unfair. There is lack of transparency in this process. And I am not only fighting a cause for Hela Wigmen, I'm fighting a cause which is far greater than what we all see today. It is for the best interest of rugby league, it is for the growth of rugby league, it is for the development of rugby league. We are ready to face the consequences. Our sponsors are united, our players are united, our supporters are united. We will not play in Kokopo until and unless PNG NRL tells us if there is another alternative venue other than Kokopo. We have continuously asked the PNG NRL to raise skin and reconsider. When you talk about a grand final has always been played in a neutral venue where it is fair to both sides. We are not going to Kokopo, and we will never ever board a plane to Kokopo this Sunday.
As the core element in the success of all sporting codes around the country, the Hela Wigmen camp appealed to all their fans and supporters to be patient with PNG NRL's call. An urgent meeting was convened this afternoon by PNG NRL board, respective stakeholders and both clubs. The PNG NRL has a responsibility to ensure that the grand final is played in a venue that is conducive for all stakeholders, sponsors, spectators, teams and service providers. We'll go for our final break for tonight. Stay with us as we wrap up the show with our weekend draws. Come to the end of tonight's show. A reminder that if you'd like us to feature your sports story or have us train with you on our special feature, Get Involved,
please shoot us an email at sports@emtv.com.pg. Visit our Facebook page, or if you are in Port Moresby, please do drop by to our office located in Garden City and ask for Jeremy, Scholar, Tere or myself, as well as Afata Samuel, who has just joined us, and we will be more than happy to assist you. Now, before we take a look at our weekend draws, Scholar, a very disappointing weekend ahead for all rugby league fans, especially with the rescheduling of the Digicel Cup Grand Final.
Yes, very disappointing indeed. But we'll leave it to PNG NRL to handle.
Fair enough. A lot of sporting events coming up in the next few weeks, especially with the Cricket Big Bash. The PNG Pukpuks are yet to name their train-on squad for their international test match in Singapore come November. Let's take a look at the weekend draws.
kicking off our weekend draws. In Port Moresby's Easy Loan Premier AFL competition on Saturday, Gulf Giants will take on University Tigers in the Open Women's Division to kick off round 17 at the Tarama Barracks Ovals. In the Senior Men's Division, Bomana Cats will face Gerahu Magpies and University Tigers will take on Central Bombers. On Sunday, the men in purple, Concept Kobani, will take on Gordon's Kokofas and Defence Hawks will face off Moniplus Tarama Suns. Also entering round 14 at the Thames Ovals on Sunday in Port Moresby Hockey Association. Wanderers will face Bismarck Red, while United take on Seagulls in the men's A-grade matches. On field 2 in the women's A-grade games, United will take on Golden Eagles and Sunam will go up against Rapatona.
Making their way out onto BM.
In round 25 of the Super Interest Cup, our SB Hunters will hope to bounce back from a disappointing loss to the Seagulls last weekend and will take on South Logan Magpies at Davis Park.
Gary Lowe! What about that?
We'd like to wish our Mosquitoes all the best in this year's International Cup Grand Final to be played this Saturday at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Until next week,
Play hard,
play safe,
and we'll catch you right here on Hotspot.